I'm Teneice Kirby. I am with Metro Nashville Public Schools. I work at Dupont Tyler Middle School in Hermitage, Tennessee.
My name is Erica Edwards. My case study took place at a Low Country Virtual, which is a synchronous virtual program.
The C of the project. So, empathy. So, what did I ask my scholars? So, I said, how do you feel about school? What kind of good experience or bad experiences have you had? How have people treated you in school? Raymond said that he felt like no teacher cared sometimes. Another one said, Josue, we call him Sway, said that kids be mean to him and he made him sad. Shastasia, we call her Rose, she said, you make us feel safe. And I want that to be everywhere that they go. And I want them to be able to speak to that as well.
I will say that the majority of our students are saying that we have a positive learning environment. So all those positive things, we still had a few students who said, but sometimes I do get ignored. Sometimes they do not call me to answer questions, even though my hand is raised. Sometimes they put me in a breakout room with somebody who's not paying attention to me, and I have no one to work with. One student said that if in certain classes he feels that if he left away and he left the camera, he left the mic, then nobody would probably notice. So we need to have those conversations to make sure that we're doing everything to make our students feel seen and heard.
So the mindsets that we were thinking of for our classroom was to practice self-awareness, then also building relational trust and attending to healing. These mindsets were missing and needed to be explored and developed.
I focused on the mindsets in my design work of being self-aware, focusing on human values, attending to healing, being a catalyst to transform power, sharing, don't selling, and building relationships. That was the biggest one. I wanted to make sure we build relational trust within each other.
So we started having conversations across the classroom. What did I experience? What did they experience? Their opinion about school. So first thing I thought was, got it, Google Doc, because they use their laptops a lot. But what I soon found out was that was not the best thing for them because they cannot always access that. There are some barriers to them. And so then we decided to use a bowl with scenarios. So I asked, how would they handle their learning for self-advocacy, and they said they wanted to have classroom discussions. We had a bowl where we would tear up paper and just write different scenarios. So then I was like, well, let's do some role playing. What do you all think about that? Work out your issues. And they were like, yeah, we cool with that. We're cool with that.
I wanted to start out with something small. And these social emotional check-ins will just let them know that we see them. So I did 4 surveys to ascertain this information. So I was able to get the information that we had 49.2% of my students said that the check-ins are invaluable. And we had 42.9% said they were satisfactory. And then we had 7.9% who said they were pointless. So when I was doing those check-ins, the question that came to mind was, why do they think that these check-ins are pointless? Then, what would you rather do during check-in time? Some people said I would just want to have free time, even though the check-ins last only 5 minutes. Some people said I want to make breakfast, or I want to draw. I would rather just say hello to my classmates. I would rather just sit in silence. Some people said I'd rather sleep.
And so what we learned about our first prototype was they needed a more interactive platform. We started with a conversation of what to do. It changed into doing the form online. Then it went to printing out the form and helping them fill out and discuss the situation. But they just needed more interactive. So then we came up with round 2. Round 2 was the bowl. So what we learned was the scholars were more open for role playing. to discuss the problem, and it was cool. They were able to gain firsthand knowledge, acting out the scenario and engaging with more follow-up questions. After using the spinner online, the students were able to add more scenarios and discuss once the scenario was over.
So of these check-ins, the first round I did was of the regular blanks check-in slides. I found this on Capturing Kids' Hearts, and it's just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Post an emoji, share something exciting, or just exciting things. And the kids said, we really don't like this. So only 1.6% said they like this one. And so because it said it's so redundant and it's repetitive, and I don't have a lot to say in the morning, it's pointless. So I said, okay, maybe I should change that one, which I did the next round. So with the next round, I said, okay, let's do my feel, or let's choose something. So with this one, 54% of students said they like this one better because they get a chance to learn more about their classmates. The third round, I also did the fun facts. So I saw that 42.9% of my students love the fun facts. And then the next prototype I did was 38.1% love the brain teasers. So I'll give them a brain teaser, and they love to see the answers that their classmates give.
Just overall, I just really feel and believe that this is going to be a game changer for my scholars.
I think my students are impacted because they begin to see that they had a voice, so that we can have environment that the kids are more collaborative, an environment that says you are appreciated, an environment that says we see you and we hear you.